Yes, all them days yours. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Motivational Monday where each one teach one. Thank you for joining me, all those that locked in. Father, thank you that you are a great, big, and wonderful God. Thank you for revealing yourself and your will through the Bible. I chose to put you first, faith and trust in you. Give us wisdom as we read and study your word daily. Help us discern the trust of your word. Thank you for the clarity, hope, encouragement. Your word brings help to us to rely on your own understanding and believe that you are our best interest at heart. Lead us in the paths of righteousness all the days of our life. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen and amen. Yes, guys. So, welcome back to another episode. By myself tonight, Philia got tied up as in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Today is the last Monday of October. And later on, I will be bringing on a special guest who we will chat with, a survivor, about her journey. Our goal is to educate and empower anyone regardless of race, culture, ethnicity, or faith, struggling with an assortment of life adversities. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Keisha. We believe education enlightens dark paths and less travels and liberate a sense of hopelessness. We believe the safety of transparency illuminates and activates the true meaning of caring, sharing, unveils, and emancipate wholeness. Our group sessions are designed to introduce a mix of information, life topics that surround individuals, our families, communities, and the nation. So your contribution, guys, is to participate and, here on Motivational Monday. I want to say good night, Melvin. Claudette, thank you for locking in, my dear. So, guys, I want to say if you celebrated a birthday past weekend, I know my great-nephew Kamari, happy belated birthday. And I want to say happy belated birthday to my nephew Marcus Worrell. He had a birthday yesterday. Yesterday was those birthdays. And to my friend Philip Otoko, happy belated birthday to you. And if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday. All right? So the word of this week is pandemonium. And pandemonium refers to a situation in which a crowd or mass of people act in a wild, uncontrolled, or violent way because they are afraid, excited, or confused. Once again, the word of this week is pandemonium. So I just have a little health tip for you guys today. And, this was interesting reading about it today. You never know how life is, right? So what is a hermaphrodite? Most organisms on the earth are easy to disguise as either male or female. Simply by examining their reproductive system. A small percentage of animals, plants, however, have both male and female reproductive organs, such as organisms are called hermaphrodites. You may think hermaphrodites can reproduce without a particular, but that is not true. Most hermaphrodites must still find a willing mate because they rely on sexual reproduction to create unique, genetically different offspring. For a species to persist through time, the population must have a large variety of genes to promote immunity and success as either a predator or the ecops of predator. Genetic vulnerability is also needed for organism to adapt in to changing conditions with their environment. People are not hermaphrodized due to inadequate levels of testosterone while in the womb or the lack of certain enzymes during puberty. Human can be intersex individual. Intersex individuals have external genitalia that do not match the sex of their internal reproductive system. It is rare, however, for the sex development disorder to occur among humans, and although some intersex adults can have children or their own following reproductive surgery, other intersex adults are infertile. Can hermaphrodites have both working parts? Yes, hermaphrodites have both working parts. The male and the female reproductive system, however, only stimulates hermaphrodites can have both reproductive systems at the same time. Furthermore, only a subset of stimulus hermaphrodites use the male and the female organs to self-fertilize during reproduction, mostly unavailable and have little or no mobility, plus many types of wildflowers. Sequential hermaphrodites exist as one sex early in life that morphs into the other sex when they are mature adults. If the sequential hermaphrodites is prodigious, it was born a male but becomes a female as an adult. If the sequential hermaphrodites is prodigious, then it was a female first. So today on work we were discussing about hermaphrodites. So I said today I think this is a good health topic that, we talk about hermaphrodites. Alright, so that was my health tip today. So humans do have body parts, and I think it's more common in Africa. People born with the two body types more in Africa. And my friend today was discussing that long ago they used to kill like twins and people of that stature. Alright, so that's my health tip for today. So I'm going to bring on now Claudette. And Claudette, guys, is amazing. And here on Motivational Monday, it's all about each one teach one. And we really want to push cancer awareness. We want people to just be aware and to know that you have to go and take your checkups. You have to do these things in order to survive for your loved ones. You know what I mean? So I'm going to bring her on, and she's going to tell you her story. And we could learn from something. Last week I want to say thank you for Arlene and for Leslie coming on and just explaining their experience, because again, everybody goes through this process differently. All right, so give me a moment to bring Claudette on now, and we're going to talk to her. How you guys are going so far? Anthony, good night. Diane, good night, good night, good night. Hello, hello. Welcome, Claudette, to Motivational Monday, where each one teach one. How you doing tonight?
I'm good, Phyllis, and thank you for having me. Good night to all the listeners.
Yes, yes. Well, welcome. We celebrating breast cancer, and I know today was the last Monday of the month, and I said I wanted to close with the awareness of, this disease that seems to not have a cure. You understand? So I just want you to enlighten, encourage, and the floor is yours.
Okay, you're hearing me clear, right?
Yes, loud and clear. Guys, you hearing Claudette out there? Yeah, I think they are.
Okay, so I am Claudette Stewart. I am 54 years. Mother with 2 children. 11-year breast cancer survivor.
Amen. Yes.
I had a double mastectomy.
Yes.
By choice though. I had cancer in the right breast,
Okay.
but I choose to remove the both breasts.
Okay. So, Claudette, let me ask you, how did you find out? Did you do self-examination? How did you find out that there was something wrong?
I had a cyst in my right breast.
Mm-hmm.
So normally, checking on it with the doctor, like every 3 months, I will go and he will examine it because I was concerned about it. But normally, with a cyst, they don't really do much.
Right.
So he will just check it every 3 months or so.
Right.
But, we always have that inner feeling, that gut feeling.
Yes.
That instinct. And I wasn't pleased and comfortable with his results.
Right.
So I decided to do some further investigation. And I decided to go to the women's clinic where I will do a pap smear where we will normally get breast examination. Mm-hmm. So I say when I do that, I will get a different doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And just by my doctor examining the breast, when she felt it, she asked me, Claudette, what is this? And I said to her, but you see, doctor, you tell me, why you asking me that?
Right.
She asked me how long you have that. I said that they are a while, She said, anybody, any doctor, so it I say, yeah, and they tell me leave it alone, it's assess it innocent. And just by her feeling that, she know it wasn't innocent.
Wow.
Because it was not normal, it's just by feeling it. And she told me, she said, get up and change your clothes. I want you to go and run some tests for me. And she said, because that is not a normal cyst. And when I did she gave me 2 letters. She said, I want you to have a mammogram and an ultrasound done. She said, I don't want you to do one. And normally if you do a mammogram and they not pleased with it, they will call you back to do a follow-up with an ultrasound. Mm-hmm. She said, don't wait for the follow-up. Tell them I want the both done one time. When I got the results, normally when you do a test, they will call you for the results.
Yes.
I didn't had to wait. They call me and ask me to come. So, once they call you, you know something is wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I got the results, the guy told me, I need you to take this to your doctor right away. And when she saw it, she said, well, okay, let us not panic. She said, sometimes it walk like a duck and quack like a duck and it could be a goose.
Yes.
So she said, we will do a biopsy. And when I did the biopsy, it came back positive for cancer.
Wow. How did you react? Yeah. How did you felt in that moment? Because I know everybody have a different story. Did you get in panic mode? How were you?
No, because girl, honestly, normally within, everything is like quick, confusion, going through, the brain, and it's as if you get a bit numb, but I dealt with it, pretty okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everything was moving so fast because when she told me, she said, when she read it, she paused and she looked at me. So, with that, I don't know what it is.
Right.
And she asked me if I wanted to call my husband. I said, you can call him and you can also tell me what it is too at the same time because I already know. And then she told me, she said, don't worry, we can be this. It seemed to be, early, we will be this. And right away she started, she wanted me to do this test and, a few tests before we do surgery.
Right.
And within that week, she told me I want you to do about 5 tests because she wanted surgery done by the next week.
Wow.
So, she sent me to do a couple of tests and, Phyllis, when really I got that news, if I cry for 5 minutes, I cry plenty.
Right.
And what I said to myself, I said, Lord, Father Jesus, I say, you see this, what they give me to tote, I say, I can't tote this and I'm not toting it. I say, you have to deal with this. You dealing with this for me.
Right.
And I wipe my eyes, and trust me, he dealt with it, and he's still dealing with it.
Yes. So, lucky thing for your gut instinct, and you had a second opinion. You got to know what was really happening with your body, because one of the callers last week also said you have to know your body, and if you don't know your body, then something wrong. You must know. And you know, one of the callers said, I think once you have pain that you're not accustomed to, something wrong with the body.
Yeah. But you know, we say there's something, know you're normal. You know you're normal. So once you paying attention to your body, and you know, like you're doing your normal examination, breast examination, when something is not normal, you're supposed to know.
Right.
You know, so that's why we say know you're normal. So when something is not normal, you will know.
Right. Good night again, guys. We're speaking with Claudette, and Claudette is a 11-year breast cancer survivor, and we want to say kudos to her. And we just want to let women out there know that you are not in it together. And Claudette, with that said now, you said it was only one breast that they found it in. So how did you come now to the realization that you want to do the double vasectomy?
Okay, well, to be quite honest, I also had a cyst in my left breast.
Right.
Before the cyst in my right breast, and really the cyst in the left breast was the first cyst that I was concerned about. So when I came about to find out about cancer in the right breast, the cancer surgeon told me she will do a biopsy in theater one time on the other breast, and I told her no, time for a biopsy gone. Because if that is the breast I was concerned about, you know, I don't want them to come back a few months down the road to tell me that the cancer is also in another breast. That's one reason. And the other reason is that my doctor had offered me to do a surgery called a tram flap.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to do a tram flap, they wouldn't do tram flap on, you know, one breast.
Right.
So because you would have two breasts looking different.
Yes.
So normally they don't take off your breast if there's nothing wrong with it. It's against the law. You have to have proof to show them that you are positive that you're going to get that cancer in the other breast. But with the surgery that I had in mind to do, I asked them to remove the both breasts.
Okay.
And, you know, yeah.
So let me ask you, was there history with cancer in your family?
No.
Okay, the two callers last week also didn't have a history. So I'm just letting people know that cancer could hit anybody. It don't have to be necessary in your genes. That's what we're trying to educate people about. And I want you to let them know the importance of going to get your annual checkup. Could you stress on that for people out there who sometimes you have someone who may want to go but they're scared of going, or sometimes it could be that they cannot afford it. So what advice you will have for those people out there?
Okay, Phyllis. So we start with self-examination. Self-examination supposed to start with from teens. You have your normal self-examination. Mammogram is for like 40 years and up. Now, even though you may not be 40 and you will have an issue, there is also option where you could also have an ultrasound done or a biopsy done. But like again, I say you must know you're normal.
Right.
So once you paying attention to your body, not even the breast, but to your body, if something is not right, you're supposed to know. Right. It is very important to have your screening done because like we say, the only cure is early detection. A lot of people like to say, I'm not going searching, looking for nothing. I don't want to know anything. But trust me, you will know. And then you're at a disadvantage because when you know, it is too late.
Yes.
It is very important to have yearly screening, so that if something is wrong and you pick it up early, you have the chances of having options like, surgery or treatment or whatever, that you could beat it. It is very important to have your screening.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I know I had some friends in the past who passed away because of cancer. One was breast cancer and the other was cervical cancer. I mean, cancer is cancer. And I like how you said that, you get the intuition that one breast had it, and it could also get to the other breast. And that is what happened to my friend mother. She did the surgery. They cut off one, and it attacked the other. And when it attacked it, she didn't make it. She wasn't fortunate to tell her story today, And I had another friend last year. She did the double vasectomy also, but it have cancer in her family. And it's a struggle because when they did the surgery, they take out fat from inside of her stomach to put in her breast. But she went through chemotherapy and the dialysis, and not knowing that the fat was not good fat. So she ended up getting an infection. So she had to go back now, and they went back into the breast to take out that dead fat from the chemo. So it's damn if you do, damn if you don't, in other words, because if you're doing chemo and you're doing these things, the fat inside your stomach, it get infected. So, with you now trying to use your reconstructive from your own fat, the fat wasn't good for her. You understand? So she had to go back through another surgery to take that fat that was infected out of the breast. You know what I mean? And she was like, I'm tired, I don't want to go through another surgery. But I'm just saying that sometimes people feel defeated. And cancer, as the two callers say last week, the after effects from it. Some people lose teeth, the bones, the effects from the chemo. What effects you had going through your process?
Well, Phyllis, that's a very good question, because a lot of people get scared when they hear chemo. Now, yes, we know chemo is a poison, right? But when I was offered chemo, a lot of people was telling me, don't take the chemo, don't take the chemo. I know this one and I know that one that died from it. And I have a friend, and if you see how her hands get black and hard and how her hair fall off and stuff.
Right.
I also had, we had therapy, and they advised me to cut off the hair, so it would be easier for you to deal with that, to see the hair falling off.
Right.
And I told the therapist, I said, no, I'm not cutting it off. Let me see it falling off. And, Phyllis, I never had one side effect from chemo. And this is what I want people to know out there. Everybody is different. Your body is different. And a lot of people respond to things differently. Mind you, today there is a lot of medication that they have to work along with the chemo to help you with your bad feeling.
Right.
My hair never fall off from my 6 cycles of chemo. I never vomited one day. I never felt sick one day. I had no side effect whatsoever. I had, normally if I go for chemo, on a Monday, let us say I have chemo today. On Thursday, I will go back to the nurse's station for 4 days. So that will be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to get a nitrogen injection. That is to produce new white blood cells, because, the chemo kill out good and bad cells.
Right.
And that injection, they say, give you deep bone pain. I never get any pain one day. My doctor used to tell me, she said, you're coming downstairs to check and see if they're giving you water. She said, because I can't understand. She said, because when I had my first cycle of chemo, and the second, oncologist told me, he said, I feel probably by the second one, you probably may see the hair falling. The third one, after the third one, when I started, the 4th cycle, they normally change the medication now. And he said, this one is the dread one. It's called the Red Devil. And when I had the 4th one, nothing. I come back the 5th, nothing. And the 6th, nothing. And he was so amazed. My hair never fall off. I had no side effect. I was on a medication called tamoxifen for 7 years after the chemo, and the side effect was like, mild, little getting irritated in the night, and, it will feel not to be bothered and having little issues sleeping, but nothing that outside the ordinary.
Right. Wow.
So, I just want people to know too, sometimes a lot of people I know that the doctor will want to do chemo after surgery or so, and they will say, well, they're not doing the chemo. I mean, the decision is yours.
Right.
But you don't need to be scared, for chemo. You don't need to be scared because, like I say, you can have the chemo and you don't even bound to have a side effect from it. Like I did. I had no side effect from it.
I think everybody's body is different, and as you say, everyone goes through things different in life, and that's your testimony. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I remember last week too, one of the callers was like vomiting, nausea. I mean, some people have it.
And but we know that's the norm.
Hair fall off. The scars that you remain with in your hair, and things like that. So, it is very difficult for some people. But how did your family give you that support? Because I know that is one thing people need, the support of your husband, your family. Give us a little story on that.
Yes, your support system is very important being a survivor. But I was more concerned, Phyllis, about my family, how they will take the news more than myself. So I know earlier I needed to be strong for them. It was very hard and difficult for me to come out and tell my mom that I have cancer, knowing that, she is a pressure case and also my dad. So when the time came for me to tell her, my big sister went with me, and I'm normally in the bedroom moving about and them thing, and she was like, what's wrong with you? What you didn't have to do this one? I tell her, I just come to tell you, I had to do my little surgery. She said, little surgery? I didn't even tell her I was going to remove my both breasts at that point in time. I tell her, I'm going to remove a little. They find a lump in the breast and they don't want to take the chance, so they're going to remove it. So she asking me, what they're going to do? Is it safe? Is it, life-threatening? And I was like, no, it's nothing, life-threatening. And mind you, my surgery took 9 hours. Yeah. So I was normal how I related, my issue to her and everybody else. But I was right through, I was normal. So me being normal and they see me not being bothered or affected by it to that extent or even crying or anything, make it easier for them to deal with. I had a very good support system from my family and even my husband. They were all there for and with me from day one and still is.
I think that is so important too, and I think too you're teaching people on delivery, because you say your mom and your dad are ageable parents, suffering with pressure, and sometimes with our delivery to giving the news could get them into a shock. You know what I'm saying? So I think the way how you delivered it to them was very good, and people could learn from that too, because sometimes I think your delivery is very important, because again, as you say, you didn't want them to be as bothered. But Claudette, you are a very strong woman. I mean, I have spoken to a lot of people already, but the way how you go about it, how did that faith become so prevalent in your life? Because some people lack it, and maybe you can give them a little tip on how to be strong.
And my sister, she looked at me, my big sister, and she told me, she said, Gail, your faith is unbelieving, because, knowing you will see people that going to church, and they're supposed to have that faith. And she told me, she said, they don't even have that faith that you have, but believing, hope and believing. Once you believe in something, you believe in it, and you believe and you know it will happen, and you have that faith. And I think from day one, and as you talk just now about how I deliver to my parents, how your doctor delivered the news to you is also important.
Right.
And when my doctor delivered that news to me, she gave me that assurance that, Claudette, you have everything here at your fingertips, and we would use it, and you could be this. And she gave me that assurance that, yes, you could turn around this and you could beat it. And I took that from there and went with it. And I had that confidence and I had that hope. And when I talk to my Jesus and I say, you dealing with this, I passing this on to you, and you dealing with this, and with that and what my doctor told me, I have that faith. I believe that, yes, I could be this.
I mean, and some people, from the time they hear the word cancer, they think it's a death sentence. As you said earlier
yes.
on, knowing your status early could prevent you from death.
Yeah, knowing your normal. So once you're accustomed examining your breast, even from a teen, or even, let us say you're starting from now. Once you're accustomed examining your breasts and something abnormal pops up, you're supposed to be able to identify that something is not right here, something is abnormal. Let me go to the doctor and check.
Right.
Now again, mind your business, because like you could go to the doctor and sometimes they tell you that's just a normal cyst, like for instance with my situation. Keep checking. Sometimes if you're not comfortable with what your doctor tell you, remember you have the advantage. The choice is yours to have a second opinion.
Yes.
Sometimes everything is not just good to leave alone.
Right.
You're uncomfortable, you had a good feeling, I'm not comfortable with it, but my doctor tell me today, feel free to go and have a second opinion. That is also important. I
think so. And I mean, again, your intuition, you understand?
Yeah.
And knowing your body, what advice you give your daughters now, seeing that they're younger and seeing that you went through this now, what advice you would have for the young people? Because sometimes these young people feel they're invincible,
Well, trust me, it is that having given them that advice is very challenging. Very challenging with young people. Because, you would advise them to have their own self-examination. You would have to, Mommy, I don't know how to do this, but, okay, you could go to the doctor.
Right.
There's family planning, there's whatever. You could go to the doctor and ask them, you could ask to get your, get your breast examined. If they see the need for you to get an ultrasound, they let you know. If they see the need for you to have a biopsy, they would let you know.
Right.
I try to encourage them. I am very, very, I love my exercise.
Right.
And you know that, Phyllis.
Yes.
Touch on that. Exercise is part of my daily routine. Right? It's part of my life. I will encourage them to get up and go and do some exercise, and that is a challenge.
Right.
Also, because like you say, these young people today, they prefer to be with the phone in the hand.
Yes.
Or on the tablet, the laptop, or looking at a movie.
Right.
I will encourage not only them, but people out there, to exercise. I'm not going to tell you, don't eat this and don't eat that, because I am not a doctor, but what I can tell you, everything is in moderation.
Right.
You eat and you drink in moderation. You're not going to eat or drink one thing every day. That you might tell yourself not good for you. Because I remember when I was going to do chemo, my doctor told me, he said, Claudette, make sure when you're coming to do chemo, make sure you have something on your stomach, whatever it is. Anything. You say, if it's a KFC cell, make sure, and if you feel that when you eat it, you're not upset, make sure and eat something. Anything at all that you feel like you need, but have something on your stomach.
Right.
Because you cannot come to the chemo and on an empty. empty stomach.
Right.
That will just make matters worse.
Right.
You know, and even after doing my surgery and chemo, when I asked him, I say, anything that I'm supposed to stop? And he told me, he said, I'm not going to stop you from eating or drinking anything. He said, but just bear in mind, everything in moderation. You're not going to drink every day. You're not going to eat, you know, certain meats every day.
Right.
Bear in mind, in moderation, a little, because, you know, I'm not going to tell you cut out all the sugar, all the salt, but you need a little of everything.
Right. Moderation.
So in moderation. Yes, moderation. Drink your water, you know, and continue to exercise. Because normally when I am, every year I would do a bone scan, and when I do it, the person doing it, she would be so amazed, and she'll be telling me that, you know, she's like, Mandy, she said, does exercise? I say, she said, plenty. I say, yeah, plenty. She's telling me, because normally, you know, when I'm after being on tamoxifen, your bone, you know, you could lose density.
Right.
And mine was amazing during my 7 years on tamoxifen.
Nice.
So the exercise help you in so many ways. You know, so have your self-examination, get your screening done, you know, eat and drink in moderation, have your water, and have God in the center of it. Don't forget that part. Very important.
Yes. So I know we have a lot of people locked in. We just have Judy from Toronto. We have a lot of people on the live right now. And guys, we're talking to Claudette Stewart about her journey as a survivor for 11 years now. And we are here trying to encourage those that are scared to go and do a scan, that it is important with early detection that you can save and that you could be saved, and that cancer is not a death sentence. I know a lot of people may not like to hear the word cancer, but this is reality we're living in. And we not only and we're not only talking to the women out here, we're talking to men too, because men go through similar things with the prostate cancer and different types of cancer. So, you know, men, you need to go out there.
Also breast cancer.
And also breast cancer too. Yeah, I was shocked when Arlene said last week that there were men, you know, who suffer with it. And Keisha is saying, wow, thanks for being open and vulnerable, Claudette. Praising God, He brought you through the storm. Yes, and He's still carrying her, you know.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah. How is your husband supporting you? Anthony is asking, how is your husband supporting you?
Anthony, he's one of my number one supporter, and I'm glad you asked that question, because Phyllis, normally I know of a few women that after being diagnosed with cancer, their marriage was over.
Wow.
And I can't, for some reason, I don't know what it is, but a lot of women after being diagnosed cause issue between them and the partner and have that effect on their marriage.
Right.
It is sad, but it happens also. But my husband was there for me from day one, and he still is.
Thank God for that, girl? Everybody need a support system, you know what I mean?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And, you know, your family is supposed to be your number one, because, I mean, if you don't have it from your family, I mean, we're supposed to be the number one.
Yeah. It's true, eh? And some people don't have anybody, you know what I mean? And, you know, Claudette is always say sickness could be for anybody. And I don't think sickness like these is to hide. There's nothing, no shame, you know.
It's nothing to hide about.
It's nothing to hide about. Yeah, and you could get information for the post.
People, because that is what awareness is about. Because when you have something and you hide it, you're depriving somebody of knowledge. Because you remember from your journey, your testimony, somebody could say, I remember hearing Claudette saying XYZ, and you know, I experienced in this. Let me go by the doctor and check. It could save life. You could open eyes. You know, that is what the awareness is about also. But I am here I normally will reach out to a lot of people. Sometimes somebody will come and say, Claudette, I wanted to talk to somebody. I have a friend and she experiencing certain things. So she went to the doctor and now they're doing tests. So she now diagnosed with cancer or whatever. Normally what I will do, I don't like to pry. We're not supposed to pry. I will give them my number and tell them once a person is willing to talk, let them reach out to me and I would stretch out my hand.
Right.
But I wouldn't reach out to you not knowing that if you don't want to open up and you don't want to talk, because it's not nice, to pry into people's business. You must be willing to meet with me, talk with me, and let me be able to, enlighten you on my journey or give you a bit of advice, or let you know that, I could be here for you too.
Exactly. Keisha is saying, I was nervous some months ago because I felt lump under my armpits. I was told by my doctor that there may be lymph nodes were swollen, and as you say, sometimes, going to the doctor and you're getting these news, it could get you very scared. You know what I mean? But Keisha still continue to look and feel and make sure that you're okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let Keisha know that even though she went on the doctor and they tell her that it's okay, tell her don't drop the ball on that.
Right.
Keep paying attention to it and to monitor it. So even if in next 3 months, so I don't know how long it was.
Yes.
Could go back again and get it checked.
Yeah, second opinion. She said absolutely. Yes. She said they are gone now. Okay, but keep on looking because you never know. Sometimes your body telling you something and we still have to look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because last week with one of the callers, she said she had a lump, and then when she went to the doctor and everything, they said it wasn't nothing, and then come to find out a couple of years after, she had cancer in her breast. You know what I mean? So sometimes things are dormant. What do you think about colonoscopy? I want to get your take on that. The test.
It is very important.
Mm-hmm.
But they normally will encourage you to take it from 50 and over. But it's very important because it will also help to detect to let you know if you have colon cancer. So yes, it is important. Yes,
I think it's very important too. And some people don't like to drink that stuff, but with technology now, I heard they have a pill now you just take, and they're doing it. So you know what I mean? I don't want people to be afraid. Go and get a colonoscopy test, done, because it could save your life.
That is also important.
Yeah. And that tells you everything inside of there. Everything it shows you,
Yeah, pap smear is very important also.
Yeah, I think technically your whole yearly checkup with your eyes, your teeth, your body, it's very important because the year
today is very important.
Yeah, because the year ain't go, something could show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and now they have, like you say, with technology, with just some your blood work.
Yes.
Could pick up on so many things.
Yes, you're right.
With the blood work. So sometimes if you're a bit, because some people just be so scared that when the time reach for them to do the test, it's because the pressure might be high or the heart racing and the doctor unable to do it because of that situation.
Yeah, I was watching last week too. My friend Natalie, she went to a breast cancer event and she was giving her testimony, and she said, every time she drives to go to do the test, she always gets some kind of bad news of somebody that have cancer, and she just turn around and go back home. So she have never took one. So she was just saying that sometimes, strong people need encouragement too, because you want to be strong for everybody, but not for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that is a good takeaway I took from her, because here she is a public figure and she too scared. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes, and it's quite normal, you know. That is quite normal. It's okay to be scared.
yeah. Colonoscopy scanning dropped from age 50 to age 45 for detection screening. So Carlene is a nurse here, and she's saying in New York, the colonoscopy screening is now from age 45. So that's good. It's younger,
Yeah.
you know, and not only because I guess a lot of things people seeing now, and again, as we say, technology changes ever so often, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Claudette, is there anything else you want to share with the viewers?
Okay, like I said earlier on, the only skill is early detection. Pay attention to your body. Get tested. Get tested. Do your screening. Do your yearly medical checkup. Like your pap smear is, like I said earlier on, is very important. Don't be scared. It's okay.
Yeah.
Get tested.
Yeah,
But that's the only way. Get tested and be aware.
Yeah. Well, tonight we learned that, you know, get a second opinion. We learn that everybody goes through.
Second opinion is always vital, always important.
Always important. And we learn tonight too that know your body. If you get in pain, something wrong. Don't just say it's a gas pain. Take a cup of tea. Sometimes you don't know what's going on with your body. So you have to pay attention. Pay attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Claudette, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time out. The hour is passed so fast, eh, girl? You know? That's when... Yeah, that's when good conversation going on, right? You know? And I want to say, you know, congratulations on, you know, everything that you're doing, your journey, with you encouraging, enlightening people and letting them know that you're an advocate now for breast cancer awareness, letting Trinidad and Tobago know, especially with the cancer walk. You know, it was a pleasure walking with you guys for the first time in Trinidad, in San Fernando, in fact, getting people aware of the breast cancer. And once you continue, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, you know. And I just want to say kudos to all the supporters, to all the survivors, you know. Just keep on having that faith that Claudette has, because she has deep faith, and to know that you are not alone in this, and to know to speak to somebody. Each one teach one. You talk to somebody out there must know somebody, and somebody there could give you that air or that comfort that you may want. Don't be scared. Saying come out there, let people know. Support the cause. Support the cause, because breast cancer, colon cancer, lung cancer, prostate cancer, cancer is cancer at the end of the day.
And it is there.
And it is there. You know, as they say, we are what we eat, the foods we eat, you know, and things like that. So Claudette, I want to say thank you again. I know you're in Tobago and you still take the time to hang with us, to let us know your journey. Have a blessed and wonderful week. And friend to the show, you're welcome to come back anytime.
Thank you, Phyllis. And you're welcome. And thanks for having me.
All right. Have a great night.
Have a good night.
All right. Yes, guys. So there you had it. You were hearing Claudette's journey, you know, about breast cancer, and you know, I want to keep stressing on it, because too many people, every time you turn, is somebody either dying or you know somebody that has it. What are we going to do as people? What are we going to do to support our friends? You know what I mean? And I told you, my niece Leslian, the reason why I'm so passionate about it is because I saw her struggle, and it's near and dear to me, you know. Never take life for granted, because you never know what other people are going through. But again, early detection save lives. Early detection, you know. Empowered and encourage early detection. Yes. Studies constantly show that early detection through mammogram and clinical breast examinations improve the survival rate. Detecting breast cancer at an early age allows more effective and less invasive treatment option. Risk assessment and prevention. Regular screening enables health care providers to assist individuals in risk factor. Once again, if you're not going to take your yearly checkup, please do so. Our women have to go and take the yearly checkup. This is something that we need to do as women. Men too need to go out there and check. I know prostate cancer is very prevalent in men, and you know, when you reach a particular age, don't just say you don't want to go, or if you don't know, wouldn't hurt you. That is ignorance. That is like a person telling me they don't like Biden and they don't vote. You don't vote, you don't have a say. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. So if you don't go out there and cast your vote and you want to bad talk the government, you don't have a say in nothing, because your voice are not being heard. You understand? And cancer knows no age, as Keisha is saying. Ethnicity, no religion. So we have to always be out there taking care of ourselves and talking and being aware. And again, cancer is not a death sentence. We just have to come out there and support one another. You know, that's why we do cancer walk. That's why we buy t-shirts. That's why we wear pink. That's why we wear the little pink ribbon in support of survivors, past and present. You know, again, this is not a joke. Cancer is not easy. But again, you know, some people goes down into a depression once they hear diabetes, cancer is like a death sentence. No, once you take care of your body, diabetes could be cured. You just have to cut out sugars and different things. A balance. Life is a balance. You understand? It's not overdoing. Instead of you eating a whole chocolate, you will eat like 2 bars. You can't eat the whole chocolate. You can't eat chocolate every night. You can't drink alcohol every day. When you know things, as Nicole is saying, knowing is power. So we are what we eat. And as Claudette say, exercise. Walk. If you walk for half an hour, your body needs it. Because let me tell you, as you grow older, your body tends to slow down. But with exercise, you're walking, you're keeping your body, you're moving. Because when you stop stagnant, right, that's why people get bedridden. Because the circulation in your body is not moving. So you got to keep on moving. Know your body. Sometimes you might be tired walking up some steps. But you got to do it. Instead of taking the elevator, take the stairs. Let your circulation. So I hope tonight's program helps someone out there to know. Reach out and touch. Reach out and touch someone. Sometimes we go about having a lot of animosity against one another. It is not worth it. You understand? And then when the person die now, is woulda, coulda, shoulda. All you have to do is a phone call, as Aline and Leslie say last week. A little text. Hey, just checking on you. Are you okay? You don't even have to call if you don't want to. Just stay in touch. Good night, Sylvia. You understand what I'm saying? Stay in touch and be there for somebody, because everybody going through something. Everybody going through some form of thing in their life, and we all need people. We all need somebody. We need our friends. We need our family. We need your spouse support. You need your children support. You know, you heard Arlene last week, you heard Claudette today, you heard Leslie Ann. The support system that they have. That's why they're here today. Because of the support. You understand? As Leslie Ann said, when she get down in that depression, so she didn't want to talk. She wanted to just stay in her bed. It happens. Your mental health, it works against you. You know, because, you know, you're thinking, would I die? What will happen to my kids? Oh, you ain't live yet. You mightn't live to see your grandkids. You cannot think negative when you get results like this. You have to be positive. And as Claudette say, she give it to God. She give it and she tell the Lord, hey, this is your battle. It is not mine. But you have to have the willpower. That's why they say, keep renewing your mind, because the mind is a terrible thing. It plays against us. People plays against us. And that is why I say, you know, like they were having a discussion at work the other day about brand name. I say, wearing expensive clothes doesn't define who you are, because the people who have the expensive clothes don't look good in them anyway. So you can't think of somebody less who buying a $20 dress than who buying 200 or 500 dress. You understand what I'm saying? And Afia, yeah, Afia too, her testimony was very good. You know, she's shy to talk, but she made sure and let us know her journey. And again, as I mentioned her earlier on, Afia's journey wasn't easy. But we are a close-knit group. So Afia got that support from all of us, you know, who visit her, who carry plants, who took her out, you know. And she still has a struggle. It will be a daily struggle. But we all are here for one another. You understand? That's my point. We have to be there for one another. Alright, guys? So, have a blessed, wonderful, and safe week. Be careful out there. Tomorrow is Halloween, guys. Those that are celebrating, be safe out there. If you're going to the parade in the city, be safe. I don't really celebrate Halloween, but in my job, I'm a part of the party committee, so I dressed up for them. And tomorrow, I have to be a cowgirl tomorrow. But, you know, it's all part of the fun. Alright, so if you're going out there tomorrow, please be careful. I know I don't be on the road. Once I come in tomorrow after work, I'm in. Because a couple years ago, some kids threw some eggs on my car, and that egg stained my car. So I don't be out on the road for Halloween. But if you're going out there, please, please be careful. Carlene, you love me. I love you too, my dearest friend. June, thank you for locking in. Keisha, everybody was on the live tonight, you know, and heard from Afia testimony. We had Leslie Ann, we had Arlene, and we had Claudette, all survivors for the month of October, giving them the flowers of breast cancer awareness. All right, and if you need any information, you can contact me. Any one of the ladies will be willing to help you. If you're having a hard time, they will be able to talk to you and give you that support. All right, so have a blessed, wonderful, and safe week again. Philia, we miss you tonight, but I understand you got caught up with your son. We'll see Philia next week, please God. All right, guys. Be safe, be kind to others out there, guys, and each one, teach one. Love and health. Bye.